Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today in this video, me and my partner Ali Uzair will tell you everything you need to know about malwares. Uh, in this video, first of all, we will be discussing what is malware. Then after, we will discuss the types of malware and how malware spreads, and the reasons due to which malwares enter into your system, and what are the anti-malware techniques that are commonly used, and what are the symptoms from them you can detect the presence of malware on your computer system. And finally, we will tell you the precautionary measures that you should take against malwares. First of all, we will discuss what is malware. Basically, malware is combination of two-word malicious software. The term malware refers to viruses, trojans, and other harmful computer networks that hackers use to breach your network security and to gain access to sensitive information on your computer. Basically, malware can not only damage your computer, but it can damage servers and computer networks. So it can be of high risk. Uh, Something people are confused about is that they think virus as malware, but in reality, malwares are different from malwares. Not every malware is a virus, but every virus is a malware. Uh, Now, we will discuss types of malware on the basis of what a malware does to the victim computer. They are basically categorized into these following types. First is worms, second is viruses, third is trojans, fourth is spyware, fifth is rootkit, sixth is adware, seventh is ransomware, eight is cryptojacketing, and the ninth and last one is malware stitching. First of all, we will discuss what is a virus. Basically, virus is a computer code that insert itself into another computer program and force that program to take a malicious action and to spread itself. Second type of malware is worm. Worm is basically a computer malware that cannot reproduce itself, but it can travel from computer to computer undetected. This was first introduced in 1990s when an email with a link was sent, and that link affected the whole network of that time. Uh, if a person is affected in a worm, then all the computers that are connected through that computer through networking will get affected in a very short period of time. The third is basically trojans. Trojan is basically a legitimate software, but it tricks users. Like it tricks you that you are doing something you want, but in the background that Trojan will be using your sensitive information to cause damage, or use your computer programs to spread in different drive locations of your uh, computer, and it can travel through network security to other computers. Most commonly used Trojan was RAID, remote access Trojans. Um, that Trojans, raids were mostly popular among cyber criminals. Raids were used by cyber criminals to gain access of your computer remotely. Uh, this type of Trojan is designed to be undetected in a network. Fourth is spyware. Spyware is malware that secretly gather your data. It records your behavior while you are using computer. It record all the keys you press. It record all the instructions and all the things that your computer is processing. And spywares usually record your data to send that to third party. Basically, a key logger is a specific kind of spyware that use to record every keyboard that is pressed while operating a computer. So these kind of spyware malwares are good for stealing passwords. Fifth is rootkit. Rootkit is collection of software that gives that takes root access to your computer and control your systems. It gets its name rootkit because it is collection of software tools that used to gain that used to gain root access control. That is like the level of administration control of your computer. Six is adware. Basically, adware is a malware that enters through online ads you view. Basically, in this adware, they use piggybacks and they piggybacks onto the free programs installed on your computer to do malicious activities. Seventh is ransomware. Ransomware is a malware that encrypts your all hard drive data and demands you a payment in return of in exchange of decryption key. If you don't pay them in Bitcoin or the currency they ask, then they will not provide you the decryption key, and it is impossible for the user to access their files without the decryption key. The eighth one is crypto jacketing. These kind of malware can force you to supply the owner Bitcoin. It works anonymously, and the crypto mining malware infects your computer and use your CPU speeds or CPU cycles uh, for attacker's profit. Uh, the mining software may run in your background operating system or even in JavaScript or in browser window. And the final is malvertising. Advertising malware use legitimate ads and networks to covertly deliver malware to your computers. If you go to any website and you click on an ad and the ad offers you to download something that is that is good for your PC. Uh, but in reality, you don't know like what that program consist of. So malware sting is to used to pass malwares through online advertisement into your computer. For example, cyber criminal might place something harmful on a legitimate ad website, and when you go and click that thing, and it asks to download, and when you download it, the malware will enter in your computer and will do malicious activities. According to Internet Security Center, the percentage distribution of different kinds of malwares are mentioned in this, and most common malware that we see is Trojans. Now, I would like to invite my partner Ali Uzair to continue further. Thank you.
So my partner Baz told you about all about the malware, what are its types, and uh, at last he discussed about the international report for the distribution of malwares, in which he told about the 71% which contribution of the Trojans. Now let's talk about how a malware spreads. There are many ways. The most common among them are the sometimes you get email attachments. There are malicious online advertisements, fake software installations, infected USBs, infected apps, phishing, and at last the text messages. Now I will take one by one. The email attachments. Sometimes you get some emails with an attachment like a file or like a third party link which you have to which they are asking to open that or to go to the third party link, click on the third party link which takes you to another. If there's a file, or the malware automatically downloads it with the downloads itself with the file. But if it is the third party link, then when you click the link, it just takes you to the website from where the malware downloads itself. Now, malicious online advertisement is another way a malware spreads. Now, let's first consider you go to a harmful website. There are some ads when you which are meant to be eye-catching, and when you click on it, or you intentionally click either, or you mistakenly click on the ads, it just takes you to the third-party website, which is harmful as well, and it downloads the malware automatically into the network, or it automatically or the PC you are using. Now, on the third, fake software installation. It's just like the malicious online advertisement. Sometimes their ads show up as to go, oh, you have to find something else. There are some things you can find uh, in the on the sites, but there are ads which when you surf the website for downloading something, there are some websites which show you the ads which take you to a website which makes it mandatory to download a software. So when you download the software, which is actually fake, and the malware gets downloaded itself with these software. Now there are some traditional ways of malware spreading, and that's how we use the malware spreaded in the past. In the past, when we used for the data transfer, when we used USB floppy disks and CD-ROMs, whenever we used uh, infected USBs, infected CDs, or infected floppy disk, it automatically transfers itself. The malware automatically transfers itself along with the data that is meant to be transferred, and that is how the infected USB can spread the malware. Along with that, the same goes for the infected apps. When you use infected apps, the infection basically, which is the malware, spreads into your network or into your PC. Second last, phishing. There are some sites like like let's consider you get a message, and in which it is told that you have won an iPhone, and for that you have to complete your registration, and when grade is actually in the human nature, so many people fell fall into the trap, and they just enter the credentials, important credentials, which are used then by that sensitive information is used then by the hackers to get into the network they want to breach. So, same is the case with the text messages. We have discussed how a malware spreads, but now let's just think. We have studied how a malware spreads, but we don't know how. We do know how, but we don't know why. Why it spreads? It definitely has some factors along with the system. So the first factor that causes the malware to enter a computer is security defects in the system, in the software. Another one is insecure design or user error, overprivileged users, or the overprivileged code, and use of the same operating systems. Let's discuss the first one, security defects in the software. The hackers always design a malware in such a way that it can detect the security defects in a software. Not only that, but it can also just breach into the software by those defects, by those weaknesses. So once it gets into the software, it can easily spread into the whole network. So another one is insecure design or the user error, which is same as the security defects in the software. The third one is overprivileged users and overprivileged code. There are some operating systems which allow the users with more authorities, which give the users more authorities. Like they can change something in their built-in code, and they can change into some another important code which doesn't, which shouldn't be allowed for the user to uh, change. So when a person uses that code, it can easily be changed, and a hacker can easily get into the operating system. And it gets into the operating system, it can easily spread into the network, on the desired network. Use of the same operating systems. So let's just consider an example. There is a network of PCs, or like five PCs having the same operating systems. For this, if the hacker wants to get into the network, he just has to design the whole malware for the one computer. Uh, and when he designs it for the one computer, he can easily get into the other computer, because once the malware gets into the network, it can easily spread into the all over the PCs of the network. And these are the main reasons why a malware spreads into a computer. We have studied why it spreads and how it spreads. There should be an anti-malware something technique, so we can counter the spreading of malwares. There are many techniques. We'll discuss a few, and those are, f- first and primary is antivirus and anti-malware softwares. There's another one, website security scanner, and the third one is air gap isolation or the parallel network. Now, we'll just discuss about the antivirus and anti-malware software. Antivirus and anti-malwares just digs deep into the operating system, and it works the same way as a possible malware could work. So when it works the same way as the malware, it can easily detect something which is working the same way as it is. So then it makes it harmful that something is working like just like it is working. So it detects through this checking whether something is working like itself or not. After user's permission, it can access files and check whether it's checks for its legitimacy. Now, another way of another one is website security scans. There, just take an example of Chrome. Whenever you are entering a harmful website, it just shows that it is the site is not protected, the site isn't secure, and the site, whether it is secure or not, that the site you're visiting. So it just shows you uh, the site, whether it is secure or not. So you should probably go with the secure sites. Why visiting a harmful site when there's always a risk of malware spread? And the third technique is air gap isolation or a parallel network. Air gap isolation. Isolation means there's nothing else. So air gap isolations means that the network, the PC is disconnected from every other network, so that no transfer of anything can happen, but it can still use the USBs, which shouldn't be used if not confirmed that whether the USB is infected or not. Unless that, unless it is confirmed that the USB is infected or not, we shouldn't use that. But still, in this technique, there are some another four techniques through which even by being in the isolation, the malware can spread even then. Airhopper, BitWhisper, GSMem, and the fence meter are the four techniques that researchers have claimed that can leak data from air-gapped computers using either electromagnetic and thermal and acoustic emissions. We have discussed how it spreads, why it spreads, and how can we counter. But how do we know that something is a malware? Different whether it has some typical answers to it. Different malwares act differently. Like different malwares show different symptoms while they're in a computer. Some open the sites again, some open a third party link again and again while you're doing nothing on the computer, and some uh, open the copy the files, and some delete the files of certain type that malware has designed to. But malwares like ransomware will encrypt the files, and it stream endless ads and show you the endless times the ads you don't want to see. But some malwares like Trojan uh, are hidden as long as they can. But we so far we know about the malwares and how can we detect, how can we stop. But what are the precautionary measures against the malwares? First of all, you don't need to trust anyone online, and because anyone can send you a fake email or a fake third party link which makes it which makes your computer more vulnerable. Then you should double check actually your downloads, so that nothing wrong is downloaded. And this is the most important, because again and again when you see ads you get annoyed, so better get an ad blocker. The fourth point is careful where you browse. It is actually the most important, because whenever you browse to a harmful site, it makes you 70% times more vulnerable to be for the malware spread. And you should keep the firewall on all the time so that nothing can be downloaded without your intention. And you should block harmful and suspicious links. Stay safe, and that's all about the malwares. Thank you. Have a nice time, and stay safe in the during the COVID. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.